Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host Phil from underKG.com. Today we're going to take a look on the Galaxy S9, the latest flagship from Samsung. Firstly, it's got a fairly nice design. It's clean, it's got slim bezels, but it doesn't feel as futuristic as it did a year ago since there are phones with the slimmer bezels out there. The new colors are very nice, especially the coral blue. I like it a lot, but I learned that not a lot of people are a fan of the fingerprint reader position and design overall. But surprisingly enough, this isn't all that close to the camera. My finger rarely intruded into the camera to smudge it. Not to mention that registering your fingers is easier than ever. And as always, the phone comes with IP68 water and dust protection. Now, the first thing that you see is the display. It's a good panel, very bright even under the direct sunlight, amazing viewing angle, and color reproduction is great after you calibrate your screen. By default setting, my display had very strong green, so I had to kill it almost entirely. It's a good thing there's an option, but a flagship phone should come with the correct color settings. But hey, at least there's no notch. An important thing that you get from the latest smartphone is the latest chipset and the best performance in Android world. After killing all the apps, launching the app, closing the app, launching another one, and switching between them is really fast. Just anything you tap on launches almost instantly, so you don't have to waste your precious time. However, it does generate some heat around this part of the phone. It's not hot or anything, but it certainly is annoying to a degree. Software-wise, it comes with Samsung Experience 9.0 based on Android 8.0 Oreo. And overall themes and icons and the interface itself is simply better than ever. Always on display has a lot of different layouts and most of them look really good. And you can even pin your GIF image or slow-mo video onto your lock screen or always on display. Fingerprint reader gestures now work in two levels, 1 and 2. There's dual messenger that allows you to duplicate the apps that do not support multiple accounts. You can boost touch sensitivity if it doesn't work too well with the screen protector. And there's real-time translation through Bixby Vision. The thing is, Bixby itself is still not that good. Voice activating the assistant itself, "Hi Bixby," is slow and it doesn't understand your questions all that well. The worst part is, it constantly asks you to update the app, so even in the times when you actually want to use it, you have to update your Bixby app or the Bixby Vision app. Otherwise, it's not going to allow you to use any of the functions. Other Galaxy features like Samsung Pay, Samsung Cloud, and Samsung Pass is all supported, and surprisingly enough, the sensor on the back is not only for the heart rate monitoring, but is also capable of measuring your blood pressure. Now let's move into the multimedia department, starting with the camera. Samsung was really proud of the new camera system that they even made the tagline "Camera Reimagined." Well, the camera is really good. I like it. Just keep in mind that it doesn't have dual camera, so no 2x zoom and no portrait mode. There is an option called selective focus, but this is like 4-year-old technology from Galaxy S5 and it doesn't work well. The main lens itself can switch between f1.5 and f2.4. Naturally, the wider aperture gets brighter photos, so low lighting photos are really good, but consequently the background is going to be blurrier. On the other hand, you get sharper images with sharper backgrounds with f2.4, but doesn't do too well in low lighting conditions. That's why it's got switchable dual apertures on the camera. Again, as you're seeing right now, the results are very good, very impressive, but I wouldn't call this anywhere near revolutionary or camera reimagined. Plus, the front-facing camera isn't that good. Ever since they adopted autofocus, the photos are blurrier and HDR doesn't work too well for some reason. There is one impressive feature, Super Slow-Mo, that takes up to 960 frames per second video in HD resolution, and the quality is very good if you were lucky enough to capture the right scene. It only allows you to capture a blink of a second, that it makes it tremendously hard to capture in the manual mode. Yes, it means there's an auto mode, but it presses the shutter always late. As Super Slow-Mo videos do not have audio with them, the phone automatically chooses music for it or turns it into a GIF image so you can share them with your friends. And yes, there is the AR emoji. You can choose between the characters, including the Disney ones, or you can make your own, and they all look hideous. Not only that, they're slow, they lag, they're low in frame rate, and they're not accurate at all. If Samsung thought they could compete with Animoji with this, they're wrong. But something they were right with is the audio department. Let's start with the stereo speakers, one on the bottom and one on top, utilizing the receiver, the phone call speaker, as the loudspeaker. They're tuned by AKG and they did it right. This is simply one of the best speakers I've tried on a mobile phone. This is so much better than the S8 and Dolby Atmos is almost magical. Just keep in mind that it doesn't sound the best with the maximum volume. Wired audio through now hard to find earphone jack also sounds very good, and there's global equalizer and sound effect that works on any of the apps. And since the phone runs Android Oreo, you do get high-quality Bluetooth codec LDAC support. And all these features are backed by 3000 mAh of built-in battery. And it's not that good. Screen on time only lasts for 4 hours to 4 hours and 20 minutes, and in some occasions it only managed to last for 3.5 hours. Yes, I'm always on the cellular network, never on Wi-Fi, but this is even shorter than the Galaxy S8. And there were weird situations where the phone is going to turn itself off at 3% of remaining battery. Charging through USB Type-C port is still pretty fast. It only takes about an hour and 40 minutes, but it's about time to upgrade the Quick Charge standard from 2.0. And plus, wireless charging is still really slow. It takes longer than 2.5 hours. It doesn't deserve to be called the fast wireless charging. And now that I told you this much, it's time for the verdict. The Galaxy S9 is good, but it doesn't feel like the Galaxy S9. It feels more like a Galaxy S8s or even Galaxy S8.1. It's got the same 4GB of RAM, there's no dual camera, the heat management isn't that good, the battery life is actually worse, the camera is not revolutionary nor reimagined. Yeah, the phone is fast, but it has been fast, but the price has risen. I say this pretty much all the time, but the previous generation owners, the Galaxy S8 owners, do not need to upgrade at all. Yes, the stereo speakers are very impressive, but that's pretty much all there is. The phone is boring, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. A phone being boring means that it doesn't excel in any parts, but also it doesn't fail in any of the parts either. But the Galaxy S8 was already that. There's no need for a new boring phone with some parts worse than the predecessor. So that's the Galaxy S9. It's not bad, it's good, I like it, but I don't think it's worth the price that it's asking for. Thank you always for watching. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comments. You can always meet us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. We'll see you guys later. Ciao.